Ever stop to think about what it really takes to furnish a space? You might think it's just about picking a bed or a desk, but the truth is, the needs of a five-star hotel are worlds apart from a remote wilderness camp, or even more importantly, an emergency shelter. Today, we're going to dive into the surprisingly complex world of purpose-built furnishings. So let's start with a bit of a riddle. What could a remote worker camp, an emergency shelter, and a five-star resort possibly have in common? I mean, at first glance, almost nothing, right? One's for tough work, one's for critical care, and one is for pure luxury. So what's the single thread that actually connects them all? Well, the surprising answer is that they all need furniture that's been built for a very specific purpose. And that's exactly where a company called Omland Hospitality comes in. They've built their entire business around this idea, creating spaces that are functional, durable, and right for the job, whether it's for a luxury guest or someone in a moment of crisis. Now, when you hear the word hospitality, your brain probably goes straight to hotels. Mine did too. But Omland's mission, well, it goes way beyond that, into some really unexpected and fascinating areas. Just think about the difference between furnishing a cozy little vacation rental and, say, setting up a disaster recovery site in just a matter of days. It's night and day. But Omland operates in both of those worlds, creating spaces that are absolutely essential for work, for community, and sometimes even for survival. So how do they manage to serve such incredibly different clients? Well, their work can really be broken down into three main pillars. Let's dig into them. First, you've got the one you'd expect, memorable guest stays. But then it gets really interesting with community and critical care, which is all about our social infrastructure. And finally, there's specialized and remote living, which takes us to some of the toughest environments imaginable. Let's start with the familiar stuff. For hotels and resorts, everything, and I mean everything, is about the guest experience. It's not just about having a comfy bed, it's about lobby furniture that can handle hundreds of people a day, or blackout drapes that actually, work. The name of the game here is style, combined with some serious heavy-duty durability. Okay, this is where their work takes on a whole new level of meaning. They're supplying places like emergency shelters, healthcare facilities, and student housing. Here, the priorities totally shift. It's all about safety, dignity, and just extreme durability. Think bed-bug-proof mattresses and furniture that's super easy to clean, all designed to create a stable, safe environment for people in transition. And that third pillar, it's probably the most extreme. Just imagine trying to outfit a mining camp in the Arctic Circle, or a wilderness lodge that's miles from any road. These are places where the furniture has to be unbelievably tough, and just getting it there is a massive logistical puzzle. So this begs a huge question. How can one single company be the right choice for all of these different needs? What do a hotel developer, a shelter operator, and a remote camp manager all see in the same partner? What's the secret sauce? It seems to come down to four key things. First, everything they make is hospitality grade, which is just a way of saying it's built to withstand constant use. Second, they've got the logistics down to a science to get things anywhere, fast. Third, they tailor their solutions. They're not just selling a chair, they're helping fulfill the mission of the space itself. And finally, they provide end-to-end support, managing the whole process from start to finish. This idea is summed up perfectly in their own tagline. Built on trust, backed by experience, Omland delivers what you envision. That really says it all. They're selling reliability and partnership, not just furniture. And that word, partner, is absolutely key here. It's the core difference between what they do and, just ordering something from a catalog. Let's break down what that really means. So what's the actual difference? Well, a supplier is transactional. You place an order, they ship you a box. Done. A partner, on the other hand, is relational. They're in the meetings with the architects and designers, helping solve logistical problems before they even happen. Omland is clearly aiming to be in that second column, 100%. So when you put all of this together, you see that their entire model is based on collaboration and trust. It's less about selling furniture and way more about building an environment, whether that's for work, for rest, or for recovery. And they've been at this for over 20 years. In that time, they've built up the kind of deep expertise and supply chains that you need to furnish everything from a single boutique hotel to a massive housing development. That is a lot of problems solved. And what this end-to-end service really means is that they can step in at any point in the process. It doesn't matter if you're starting with a completely blank floor plan or you need to furnish an existing building on a super tight deadline. They're set up to manage the entire thing. So there you have it. That's a look at how Omland Hospitality tackles the challenge of furnishing such incredibly diverse spaces. It's a pretty unique business model that combines logistics, design, and a really deep understanding of very different human needs. The big takeaway here is how fascinating it is that the same principles, durability, logistics, and partnership, can apply to such wildly different environments. It really expands the whole idea of what hospitality can even mean. And it leaves us with one last question to think about. Now that you've seen what they do, how could a true furnishing partner like this transform your next project?